Welcome to today's stream of the Sun Prairie Civic Theater's production of The Case of the Straight Arrow, featuring Jesse Fanshawe, John Stanier, Jim Ross, Jamie Racine, Liam Walsh, Patrick Cheney, Elijah Edwards, Jesse Harrison, and Meredith Altman. After the performance, please consider donating to the Sun Prairie Civic Theater at our website, sunprairiecivictheater.com/donate. Thank you. Now enjoy The Case of the Straight Arrow.
That's right. It was a dark and stormy night. Outside, the wind was howling and the old woman was picking her geese. It was snowing to beat the band. Why? Because it's always a dark and stormy night when human depravity rears its ugly head. All right. So you want the lowdown? Well, here's the skinny. My name is Grim Brooder, and this here is my best pal, Itchy Plenty. Say hello, Itchy. Now, if you guess that I'm a gumshoe, a snooper, well, you're right. And if you're afraid of a Seamus like me, got something to hide, well, you should be, because I am the best. I can snip out a Roscoe in Dutch with a hammer so fast it'll make your head spin. And I don't care if you don't like my manners. I admit, they're pretty bad. I grieve over them during the long winter evenings, but that's my problem, not yours. Now, a while back, I had a bit of a conundrum, right, Itchy? Yeah, it was a real ugly boy sandwich, if you know what I mean. I have a reputation to maintain. You see, I had this case that I couldn't quite crack. It was a really tough case. It was tough enough to knock the balls off a pool table. I called it the case of the... Oh, yeah, right. Thanks, Itchy. The case of the straight arrow. And it all started with a phone call from a dame. Because it always starts with a phone call from a dame. Yeah, thanks, Itchy. Grim Brooder, private dick, house tricks.
Listen, Brooder, you better get down to the Empire Prairie Roadhouse in pronto. Tempers are starting to boil on account of some wrongful borrowing, if you get my drift. Before long, some furniture's gonna get busted.
Slow down there, Miss Chippy. Who do I have the pleasure of commiserating with?
Never you mind, Flatfoot. Sometimes ignorance is your best bedmate.
Oh, so we're playing it close to the chest, are we? Well, answer me this then. Why at the Roadhouse? That's Guy Swellman's place. That's no hash house. It's hard to imagine anything going sideways down there.
Believe it, Pally. You better wise up and get your gumshoe butt down there, or you are gonna look the chump.
Now, come on, Lollipop. You're peddling your fish to the wrong market. You better call the coppers, 'cause I don't do trouser jobs. In the end, there's not enough jack left to pay my fees.
Fine. Okay, have it your way, hard guy. But don't be surprised if you end up looking like a real heel. The rehearsal call is at 6.
Rehearsal call? Hello? What? Well, Itchy, what about that? Doesn't that take the cake? The Jane hung up on me. Gosh, Itchy, something's not kosher here. It's creepy, real creepy. So creepy I can just taste it. Someone running a racket at the Roadhouse? The whole situation just doesn't add up. What's this? Oh, let's see, it's a handbill. The Empire Prairie Roadhouse and the Prairie Sleuths present an evening of murder mystery dinner theater. And Hold on. Knock me for a loop. Produced and directed by Bob Besterman. Huh. Well, Itchy, isn't that a kick in the pants? Big boy Bob is back in town. Yeah, me and Besterman, we've had more than a few run-ins. Too many for my liking. That guy has a rap sheet as long as my arm, but he's always been one step ahead of the law. The last I heard, he was haunting the Windy City, but I guess that is old news. What the Scotch? Well, Itchy, doesn't that beat all? This rag says that Big Boy's gone legit. He's staging some sort of corny dinner detective shows for the public's amusement. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. I know you have wasted your money on more than one of them. Yeah. You know, I'm guessing that Big Boy rounds up some local acting talent. He gives them a dubious contract, hands them a cardboard cutout of a script, and then peddles the show to local restaurants. Huh. Well, it's kind of pathetic, but I guess it's a living. So, there was only one thing to do. Stormy night or not, Itchy and me were going to have to head on down to the Empire Prairie Roadhouse. First thing was to check in with my old pal, Guy Swellman. He's the host and the proprietor of the Roadhouse. Guy is one of the nicest mugs you will ever want to meet. But sometimes, being nice attracts nothing but botherations. Come on, Itchy. Looks like we're going to have to posthole it. Itchy pull up to the Empire, and the parking lot's as empty as old Mother Hubbard's. That was odd. We pulled around to the back of the house. I told Itchy to park the jalopy out of the light. Itchy, I says, stick with me and keep your eyes on the narrow. So, bracing for a face full of snow, we jumped out and plowed through the drifts. I put a wrap on the back door.
Big boy, you think we could get this rehearsal started? It sure be nice if we got this over with, before we had to open. Oh, hang on, there's someone at the back door. Don't be shy, it's not locked.
Guy, it's Brooder. Whew. I hope you don't mold easy. Sorry I'm so wet, but it's snowing like a Russian novel out there.
Oh, what the heck, Grim? What you doing here? Oh, hey, Itchy, didn't see you down there.
Me and Itchy just came down to take a gander. Are you a square, Guy? I just had a dizzy tomato on the horn telling me to hustle down here quick because someone's trying to pull a snow job. I'm sure it's just a trip for biscuits, but I thought I'd put my nose to it.
What? You're way off base, Brooder. I'm fit as a fiddle, and everything's the bombs here. Couldn't be better.
Are you sure, Guy? The word is that Big Boy's back in town, and he's running some sort of action on the quiet down here.
Yeah, Mr. Besterman? Well, but it's all legit. So he gave me a pitch, and I hired him to run Mystery Theater here at the Prairie Roadhouse. Oh, it's going to be so exciting. And the show is brilliant. Oh, the cast is swell. I thought I would, help kick things into gear. Business has been a little bit slow, But, guess what? I even have a cameo. Imagine that. And Mr. Besterman is the cast member who gets murdered.
Is that so? So he stars, directs, and produces. Tell me, Guy, where do the rest of the actors come from?
Well, there's
Hey, sugar. You're looking dapper tonight. I like your pants. You need to start your intro? Big Boy's about to call places.
Oh, thanks, sweetie. I'll be right there. Oh, Tess, have you met Mr. Brooder?
Yeah, I knew Tess Offing from way back. Now there's a broad who has more problems than a one-armed paper hanger. When she was a kid, she fancied herself under the bright lights of Broadway. She certainly had the lungs for it, and a set of legs that ran from Soho to the Bronx. When she got to NYC, things got wild. Real wild. So wild that she soon realized that her career was nothing more than an illusion. The way I heard it, it was either become just another sleepy time girl or return to Prairie City. She's back, and she's reduced to teaching vocal lessons to middle schoolers. I can't see how that's good for your mental health.
Sure. How's it going, Grim? Hey, Itchy. Say, you two want to park it and watch the show? It always helps have an audience.
I'd like to, Chippy, but I just came down because of an urgent call on the blower. You haven't been reaching out by chance, have you?
To you? Nah. My heart belongs to my dream guy Casanova over here.
Thanks, Snookums.
Oh, you're my sugar daddy.
Oh, lovey-dove.
Bon Bon.
Buttercup.
Oh, you're my hunk of funk.
Oh, gag me with a maggot. Would you two get a grip? Jeez. So, Tess, anybody else I might know in Big Boy's cast?
The Prairie Sleuths? Sure, yeah. There's Mumbles Cash. He's Guy's accountant. You know, it's his first time as an actor, and he's okay. And then there's Breathless. That snake plays for both teams. You know Breathless.
Breathless. How could I forget that dame? Now there's a blackberry who can make a bishop kick a hole in a stained glass window. You wouldn't think it, but I hear her day job is as an orthodontic tech. She's got this thing about teeth and making people squirm. But if you ask me, she enjoys adjusting those little dental implements a bit too much. Oh yeah, me and Breathless have a very special relationship. So Big Boy's cast is just locals?
Yeah, except for Lips. Lips Manuel. Big Boy brought her up from Chicago to pump up the talent pool, I guess. I don't know. She played some joint of his outside of Lincoln Park, I think. Anyways, she sure enjoys playing Hollywood over the rest of us. And get this, Grim. She set herself up as a life coach at a gym over on Linnerud. Her tagline, "Get whipped by Lips." Huh, now that'll up your pucker factor. Not sure there's a call for it here in Prairie City, but you know, there's always somebody interested in that kind of fun. I'd introduce you, but Big Boy's about to call places, and he gets real.
Oh, that's okay, Tess. I'll leave you to it, and we'll catch up later. Guy, long as you're sure there's nothing hinky here, I'll leave you to it. But you be sure and give me a call if you get even a hint of the whips and jingles.
Sure, Grim, but everything's honky-dory.
If you say so, Guy. Come on, Itchy.
You know, Guy, you're the sun to my stars.
Oh, Chloe, you are the moon of my life.
If this was a dream, which it totally feels like a dream, I'd kill the man who woke me up from it.
Yeah.
So, back out through the blanket of snow we went. By the time we got back to the car, we were both shivering like a mob boss in a tax office. Once the heat got going, our teeth eventually stopped chattering. And Itchy, I says, something at the Empire has that toxic smell of a Dutch oven. Guy was just pushing us to drift with the tide, but I could tell that his gut was doing figure eights. Huh. And then there was Breathless. Yeah, I quickly shook off that bit of harbor fog from the past and told Itchy to get us back to the office. Snappy. We needed to dry off, warm up, and I needed to make a phone call. Time to drop a dime to Willie the Weasel. He knows all the scuttlebutt there is in Prairie City. He's a bit of a daisy and a grafter, but for a little bit of cabbage, he'll make like a can opener on their first box job. Ring up Willie, would you? Yeah, thank you. Oh, come on, Weasel, answer the bleeding phone.
Yeah, Willie here. What can I do you for?
Weasel, it's Brooder. Hey, it's time to turn the dial on that safe of a brain of yours. You've got answers and I've got questions.
Oh, Brooder, my. What do I owe the honor of this parlay? If this is merely a social call, now it's not a good time.
Oh, really, Weasel? Quit with the Emily Post lesson. What's the social grace around a little mutual back scratching?
Oh, that is always in good taste, Brooder.
So, now that we've agreed to bump gums, can we please just get to it?
Sure. Tell Uncle Willie, how is everything?
Oh, everything is as murky as a plot in a Pinter play. Now listen, Willie, your ear's always hanging out. What's the kiss and tell down at the Empire?
Oh, the Empire. Yeah. I wondered when that place was gonna make it on your radar. I mean, sure, I know the Rumble, but a guy's got to make a living, and it's hard to remember anything when I'm so light on Jack. You know.
Oh, is that so, Willie? Well, what will it take to make you sing like a canary?
Hey, Brooder, don't you pretend that we ain't drinking from the same bottle. Remember, I knew you when you was nothing but a house dick showing pie-eyed booze hounds to the gate. I mean, I might be down on my luck, but you can show a guy some respect, yeah?
Oh, sure, Willie. What will a couple of double sawbucks do for your self-esteem?
On the up and up, Brooder?
Oh, come on, Willie. When didn't Uncle Grim take care of you?
Okay, Chief, I got the skinny. You listening?
My ears, I'm all ears.
Okay, then. So there's Guy Swellman and Tess Offing. Woof. Those two are more than just nodding acquaintances. Word is, there's an expectant child in the offing. Oh, and Guy's got a ton of problems just pounding on his head. Word is, down the Empire, there are copious trays of steaks and potatoes just walking through the restaurant, but the books make it look like that place is going under like a square-eyed badger. Oof. And that brings up Mumbles. You know Mumbles?
Oh, yeah, we've been introduced.
Sure. And Big Boy, yeah?
That mug has more than a few entries in my diary.
Well, Cash runs the books down at the Empire. But word is, Big Boy's got a video of him doing something he shouldn't have been doing, with somebody he shouldn't have been doing it with, and actually somewhere he shouldn't have been doing it. Oof. So I'm thinking maybe Big Boy's putting the screws on to make the cash come out of that place, a certain way.
Oh, no big surprise there. What else?
Well, you seem, what's her name? Breathless, yeah?
Oh, that dame.
Sure. Her and Lips Manuel Hoofta. I'm just waiting for the red light to come on. I mean, Hey, anyways, you should be careful with those two. They could be trouble, plenty.
Thanks for the spill, Willie. Just put a blanket on it, would you, until I can figure out what the play is?
Sure, Brooder. You touch me for that double sawbuck, whoop, and I will be quiet as a clam. So yeah, I'm gonna breeze, but you just remember, could be serious trouble. Hey.
Huh. Well, Itchy, what do you make of all that? Wait, what's this? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right, Itchy. Seems like Guy's got more trouble than a toilet full of snakes. And unless I miscounted the trumps here, Big Boy's band of thespians has got some real situationship issues. Plus, if what Weasel says is true, and he's been shorting them their jack, once they find out, they'll be nipping at his ankles like a pack of demented chihuahuas. Itchy, I think we better drop a nickel before the dam breaks.
Okay, places, everyone. And this time, can we please have some energy? I'm going to nod off out here and hit my head on the bar. And while you're at it, I know that this is supposed to be a part improv, but can you please stick to the lines you've been given? Or at least something within spitting distance. The lines are there for a reason, people. And speaking of lines, no calling lines tonight. Just to muddle your way through. All right, we'll start with Guy's intro. Guy? Where the hell is Guy?
I think he's in the
Sorry.
Hi,
Okay.
Lover.
Hi, sweetie dove.
Oh, my snookums.
Hi, tater tot.
Okay. That is quite enough. We are 1 week until opening. Can we please get some focus? Jeez. All right, Guy, we'll start with your intro, please.
Okay. Welcome everyone to the Prairie Sleuths Mystery Dinner Theater.
Stop. Guy, how deep is the wax in your ears? Didn't you hear me say energy? Try and kick it up a notch, would you?
Okay, got it. Okay, got it. Right, energy. Okay. Welcome everyone to the Prairie Sleuths Mystery Dinner Theater. Give yourself a round of applause. That's right. This is where everyone is a suspect, and everyone gets a chance to discover the clues and solve the crime. And crime there will be. My name is Guy Swellman. I'm the proprietor here at the Empire Prairie Roadhouse. And golly, I can't tell you how excited I am to have another night of fine dining and not so fine murder. Oh, before I begin, I would like to thank our producer and director, Mr. Bob Besterman.
Whoa. Stop. Guy, don't you ever call me Bob.
Oh.
Only my mother calls me Bob, and she's dead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Unless you want to be likewise. It's
No.
Besterman, or even better, a big boy to you, you dope.
Okay, I got
All
it.
right, from I want to thank.
Right, big Besterman, big boy, big Besterman.
You got this, baby.
I got this. Okay. Before we begin, I would like to thank Big Boy, producer and director of the Prairie Sleuths. Oh, he's worked so hard to put on a great evening. So just sit back and...
Ugh, where the hell is Breathless now?
Oh, last time I saw her, she and Lips were in the back of the house having a chin wag.
Oh, yeah, surprise.
Will someone go and get her and tell her to get out here? She has an entrance coming up.
Yeah, got it.
Wait, forget about it. We'll just go on without her.
Okay.
So Breathless enters upstage disguised as a man. Enters holding a knife in her gut, twirls a few times, and then says, "Guy."
What? Oh, yeah. Why, big boy? Why?
Exactly. She twirls a few times and then falls to the stage, still holding the knife. Okay, Tess and Mumbles, pick it up from there, please.
Oh, me. Welcome everyone to the Prairie Sleuths. My name is Detective Mumbles, and this is Detective Tess.
That's right. I'm Detective Tess Offing, and we're here to help you solve the crime of this horrible murder. Isn't that right, Detective?
That's right, Tess. But first, we need to find out if our victim is been murdered. Is our victim actually dead?
Dead?
You know, like deceased
Departed?
or perished
Oh, passed over.
or bought the farm
Counting worms.
or bit the dust
Or pushing up daisies.
wearing a pine overcoat.
Yeah, or gone to the spirit in the sky. That's where I'm gonna go when I die.
You do that. So Tess, would you mind finding us a volunteer to ascertain the condition of our potential corpse?
Sure can, Detective Mumbles. Anyone here have a background in medicine? A doctor, a physician's assistant, or a nurse, perhaps?
A chiropractor? A vet tech will do.
What about a dental hygienist or an orthodontic tech?
Sure, if you want to see if the chiclets are straight.
What about you, Mr. Restaurateur? Would you say that our body is well done, or is it rare and pink and juicing to the touch?
Watch it.
Gosh. Wait, that's not in the script. We can't do that. Ixnay on the PDA, not in public. Huh?
Well, all right. Well, never mind. Anyone else here up for a little medical triage?
And this is where Breathless. If Breathless were here, this is where Breathless would get up and run off the stage and continue.
Well, that was weird. But I guess we didn't just want a body lying on the floor all night, did we, Detective Mumbles?
I know. So much for habeas corpus. But is the body?
Very funny. Why don't you just produce your notebook and let's see if we can get a description of the body from this very observant audience.
Oh, wow. There's a lot of you. Excuse me, sir. Could you describe the body to me?
Okay, stop. Not horrible, but we'll take 5. Mumbles, go over there and practice your audience interaction with that bar stool. And God, would you go and find Lips and Breathless and tell them to get out here? They have entrances coming up, and wouldn't it be great if they didn't miss them?
Got it. Okay.
Sheesh.
Bye.
Tess, before you go wandering off, come over here. I have a few notes for you.
Oh, yeah? What is it, fat man?
That's big boy to you, Missy. A fat man is what they dropped on Nagasaki, Japan.
Ugh, drop your salute, you brute. And you want a history lesson? How about this one? You and me, we're history. Over, kaput, it's a wrap. Got that in your little brain, big boy?
Don't you dare give me the kiss out, Tess. And now don't get me wrong. I have no reason to come in between you and your happy ever after, Mr. Nice Guy.
No,
But
you
I've
don't.
got the customer service at the Offen Bank. And on occasion, I like to make the occasional deposit. Just remember that.
Yeah, one too many deposits, as it turns out, big boy. And unfortunately, you mollywopped it.
Listen carefully, Tess. We both know you're up a spout, and we both know how you got there. It wouldn't take much for me to let good old guy know about what's been
Don't
going
you
on.
dare, big boy. I swear, if you say one word to Guy, I'll put this through your...
Okay. Keep your wig on. We're square. Just go back to the show. Mumbles, this is where Detective Tess takes over for you. And Mumbles, in the meantime, I have a few notes for you as well.
Oh,
All right, Detective Mumbles, I can see you making about as much progress as molasses running uphill. Why don't you let me have a chance with these good folks?
what does she mean? Molasses can't run. Oh, big boy. Big boy, what do you think? Am I doing okay? You know, with the acting.
To be
What?
honest, Mumbles, don't quit your day job.
Right, first thing, don't quit.
Oh, God.
Big boy. Big boy, I just wanted to thank you so much for allowing me to be in the show. You know, I've been wanting to do this for a really, really long time. I've been wanting...
Fine. And Mumbles, just don't forget, now that you got what you wanted, just don't forget what you're going to do for me.
Come on, big boy. Can't we stop fiddling with the books? It's not good for Guy, and eventually the chickens will come home to roost.
Mumbles, don't go all faint-hearted on me now. Just keep your big trap shut. I don't have to remind you what a shame it would be if a certain video saw the light of social media. Going viral would be a real pity.
Come on, big boy, please, I'm begging you. You gotta stop this. I can't keep living my life with a gun to my head. You know, you keep backing people into a corner, and eventually something's gonna happen.
From you? Mumbles, do what you do best. Tuck your tail and do as you're told. Now go back and join Tess. Tess, keep it going. Stretch it. Breathless. How nice of you to join us.
So, big boy, before you go off on me, I have a few questions for you.
Sure. Anything for you, doll. You know, if I could rearrange the letters of the alphabet, I'd put you and I right next to each other.
Yuck! Big boy, you've got no shame. Which is a shame, because you see, what I want is a little peek at the Prairie House books. I have a feeling they've been rearranged and not exactly to my advantage.
Now, Breathless, honey, don't you worry your pretty little hygienist head about that. The books are as clean as a hound's tooth.
I am not a hygienist. I'm an orthodontic tech, and right now I want nothing more than to shove an oversized expander into that big trap of yours and start twisting the expansion key until I get the answers I want.
Slow down there, Breathless. Hasn't Big Boy always been good to you?
That's what I thought, too. At least until Mumbles spilled your beans. You wouldn't believe how quickly Mumbles rolled over with all 4 feet in the air. It seems my rent money is going into your bottomless pocket.
Okay. Don't get your pretty pink panties in a bunch. We can sort this out. Just promise me we'll keep this on the quiet. Nobody else in the Prairie Sleuths needs to be any wiser, right?
Promises. Well, big boy, here's the deal. Get this little discrepancy cleared up, and pronto, or I will have nothing to do but to whisper a sweet little nothing into Lip's ears. And then all bets are off.
Oh, come on, Breathless. No need to snap a cap. Best not to stir that hornet's nest. Oh, who the hell is that?
Oh, it's Itchy and Brooder. Do you want me to have them come back later, maybe, or I can take a message, or?
Grim Brooder. Well, don't that take the monkey to lunch? No, let the mugs in, Guy. This should be very interesting.
Hello, big boy. It's been a long time. You mind if me and my best pal Itchy crash this little soiree?
Sure. Come on in, Brooder. And I see you're still hanging out with this keyhole peeper. Now take a look around and see, and then take your private dick hat off. For you see, I am legit now. This place is on the up and up.
Oh, is that so? Well, that's very magnanimous of you, big boy.
Yeah, put them up at the bar and give them a drink. Maybe an audience will give this enterprise some, what's the word I've been saying all week? Some energy, people!
Thanks, big boy. We wouldn't be any bother at all.
If you say so. Two will get you 20. This about Breathless. That skirt always had its chain.
Okay, big boy, here I am. What's so infernally important? You know, I'm getting really tired of slumming it with this crowd of no-talent actors. For 2 cents, I'd split this crackerjack stand and take Breathless with me to Chicago. Then where would you be?
Lips, don't think you can put the squeeze on me. Save your dominatrix job for someone who cares. You know, I seem to remember a certain Joy House down in Chawtown where you played mistress to the skim mill. That is, until everything went all pear-shaped.
What does this have to do with the price of tea in China?
Well, there's that price I had to pay to keep you out of cold storage. You know, I'd hate to see that pretty little face of yours locked up behind a birdcage, but I know plenty of coppers who wouldn't shed a tear.
Listen, big boy, I ain't scared of you or no coppers. I spent my whole life with chiselers, tomcats, and all kinds of hard numbers. And this much I learned. If anything happens to a rat like you, well, there won't be a ripple in the pond now, will there?
So you say. Well, as much as I'm enjoying this little conversation of ours, it's time to quit polishing the apple and get the show on the road.
Polish your
We can
apple.
chat later. Okay, places, everyone. And this time, can we please get through the scene?
Well, Itchy, there's Patsy plays the fool for you. Everyone's rehearsing pretending there's eggs in the coffee. But it's perfectly obvious that the tension is so thick you could just puff it away. You know, Itchy, I've got a hunch that the... You're right. There's going to be a bit of a blow-up.
Okay, so Lips and Breathless have entered upstage. Breathless is over at the tables here acting like a waitress, and Lips is over at the bar asking for a gin Ricky. Tess and Mumbles are at the tables over here acting like detectives, and then Tess says her line.
Oh, how's it going at this table? You got any questions?
Really, Tess? Really? You are such a hack. No one starts an improv with a question. That's like 101. I could go to the Humane Society right now and find a blind and deaf golden retriever with better instincts.
Excuse me. What do you mean by that?
Well, I believe she means that you two suck.
Oh, that's rich. A put down from someone who spends their days picking taut off teenagers' teeth.
Oh, Tess, honey, I know you're not that bright, so I don't mind repeating endlessly that I'm not a dental hygienist. I'm an orthodontic tech.
Oh,
This
congratulations.
from someone who spends their days teaching adolescent boys to stay on pitch. Any pitch. Oh, and sweetheart, your smile. You look like you could eat an apple through a tennis racket.
Through it tonight.
Breathless, you don't really mean that.
Don't
Do
I?
Can we all just get through the night? You know, this is my first chance to be a real detective.
Clearly.
Stick it in the sack, Mumbles. This isn't about you, it's about Tess and her inability to act her way out of a wet paper bag. You know, the only reason you're detective tonight, sweetheart, is because you got your hands way down Big Boy's pocket. And you're not looking for his keys.
Say what? What was that?
Shut it, Lips.
Make me a chunky monkey.
No. Lips, what was that about you were saying?
Let's just say that for Tess, being a one-man woman is more of a aspiration.
All right, Lips. You know what? Why don't you go ahead and just light your cigar over there by the gas line? And sweetheart Schnookums, I can explain.
Explain what?
Explain there's a Joey in the pouch.
Big
The
boy!
question is, who put it there?
Wait a minute. You're pregnant? I'm gonna be a dad?
No, guy.
Since we seem to be oversharing, Mumbles, why don't you step up and share how talented you are at shuffling the in and out accounts?
Huh?
You know, who? Me?
Breathless, don't you dare. And you, Mumbles, one word and I swear I'll post it.
Wouldn't.
Oh, give it a rest, big boy. You think you can just strong arm your way through any situation. Don't you forget, I know where your bodies are buried.
And don't you forget, I know who buried them there.
Oh, you wouldn't dare.
Come on, big boy, back off of Lips. Why don't you, Guy, and your mutual bed buddy, Tess, go off and play at your menage a trois thing somewhere else?
Oh, that's it, Breathless. You like making dental impressions so much. How about my teeth make an impression on the end of your pug nose?
Yeah, if you so much as lay a hand on her, I'll rip your face off and put it back on backwards.
No, I'd like to see you try. I know what you think your cigar lips.
It's ugly.
Okay, enough! Everyone back in the kitchen so that we can sort this out. Lips, Breathless, Mumbles, Tess, got, especially you, Guy. Get your thespian butts back there so we can talk.
Yeah, keep
Now,
it
fine.
shut.
I wouldn't talk to any of these.
Excuse us. The cast just needs to sort a few things out and we'll be right back. I hope.
Well, Itchy, I couldn't tell if that was just a snarling match going off the rails or one hell of a foxhole yarn. Either way, it will work as the perfect first act setup. What's this? Oh yeah, right, Itchy. The second act should be a blast. But answer me this, Itchy. This cast is as tightly wound as a oh, yeah, right, as a $2 wristwatch. But I got a feeling that unintended pregnancies and compromising videos are the least of our problems. Anywho, one does wonder how their big boy therapy session is going.
Wow. The energy was perfect, people. Some of the best improv I've ever seen. Now that's what I'm talking about.
Big boy, who said it was improv?
Well, you were sure using what you knew to create drama.
So wait. I am confused. Is Tess pregnant?
Save that thought for later, Guy. Okay. It's time to go out and ham it up for the second act. So, Lips, you go out and get us started. I got to get my fake arrow in the gut thingy on for my big death scene. And Lips, don't forget you're spotting me.
Okay. While Big Bass is getting ready for his big death scene, let's go out there and take it from where Guy and Breathless apologized on behalf of the staff of the Prairie Roadhouse. Tess?
Yeah, whatever.
Mumbles?
Sure.
Well, so much enthusiasm. Breathless?
Well, sure, honey. You know you're the arrow in my quiver.
Oh, aren't you sweet? All right, everybody. Places. Let's get started.
Ladies and gentlemen, sorry for that unfortunate blow of Breathless.
Well, sure. On behalf of the staff of the Prairie Sleuths Inc, I'd like to apologize for making such a hash of the first act. It was an unruly and unprofessional performance. We know that you have many places you can spend your entertainment dollars, but if you settle in your seats, you'll be happy you hung around for what's to come. And so...
Okay, that's it. I am done snow plowing around you. You know what Big Boy wants, so just get on with it. The next time I lay my peepers on your sorry face, you've either screwed the top on tight or things are going to get very, very unpleasant. Hey, don't walk away from me. No one gives Big Boy the brush off. Hey, get your sad little dog face back here. Oh, sweet Moses, smell the roses. Would you put that thing down? You look ridiculous. Come on, we both know you don't have the guts to do anything. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you shot me. Why would you do that? Why? 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 What a world, what a world, what a world. Does anyone have some bandages? Some gauze would do. I'm coming, Mama.
And so, without further ado, oh, come on. Where on earth is Big Boy? This is supposed to be his big death entrance.
Well, this is ripe. Would somebody go find Big Boy?
Oh my God! Everybody come back to the kitchen. You call the cops. Somebody dropped Big Boy. He's dead.
Oh my goodness, that's so unexpected.
No, I mean for real.
Well, that's
Sugar on a sweet cake. Come up and freak. Oh no.
No.
Stuff like this never happens in Stoughton.
So, there you have it. A William Tell story gone tits up. I knew there wouldn't be much time until the local coppers got here. The snow would slow them down a bit, but once the constabulary arrived, they'd be all over the Empire like stink on a monkey. After everyone calmed down a bit, Itchy and me went in to inspect the stiff. And yes, Big Boy was not only merely dead, he was really most sincerely dead. Another trouble boy pushing up daisies. Hard to get excited. You're right, Itchy. On the other hand, the local coppers would be most sincerely excited. And so, it was best to push ahead looking for evidence. Lucky for us, there was plenty. More than enough to drop a hook on whoever it was that did the target practice on Big Boy. All right, Itchy, what do we got? Ah, yes. Exhibit number 1. A pretty picture of Tessa's baby-to-be. And it was tucked into Big Boy's jacket pocket. I wonder how that got there. What's next? Ah, yes. Exhibit number 2. A strange-looking glove stuffed into Big Boy's mouth. You know, funny, for a little more money, you can buy a glove with all 5 fingers. And next? Ah, yes, this, exhibit number 3, an account book. And this was propped under Big Boy's head with all the pages ripped out. And now? What's this dingus? Huh? Oh, yeah, it looks like one of Flash Gordon's gadgets. Huh. Oh, and it's labeled. It's labeled Mumbles and Lips. Huh. Let's make that exhibit number 4. Anything else? Ah, yes, and these. I had to pry these tiny little rubber bands out of Big Boy's hands. Exhibit number 5, I'd say. So, with all this evidence, there was only one thing to do. Talk to these mugs one at a time. I decided to turn the kitchen into an interrogation room. All right, Itchy, who's first? Oh, right. Breathless. Time to stop hiding in the woodshed on that one. Bring her in.
Oh, Itchy, what is it? Oh, it's you.
Yes, Breathless, I just wanted you to know that,
Well, it's been a long time, Broody. Look, I hope you're not going to ride me about how things ended between us. A girl's got to protect her flank after all. And it's not as though I hung a red light on you, right?
And there she was, lowering her lashes with that come-hither look that sent an electric current up my spine. Her voice oozed in my head like honey, sweet and smooth with a shadowy promise. That's all water under the bridge, Breathless. Like I was saying,
Well,
it's...
you will be happy to hear that I told that dummy chucker to go fry a stale egg. Would you believe it was affecting my complexion? I'm working a smooth angle now, Broody. I've even got a paying gig as an orthodontic tech. Let me see that beautiful smile.
No, not now, Breathless. Let's change the subject. Why shouldn't I like you for Big Boy's demise?
Well, that's a pity. I'd have loved to have laid you down long and slow and had a bit of a poke around.
Stop the duck and weave, Breathless.
Oh, lay off, Brooder. You know, I'm beginning to take a disliking to your attitude.
Take a dangle, Lips, would ya? I'm not a fan of your attitude either. You're not here to rescue your damsel in distress, are you?
Stuff it, Brooder. Breathless don't need no prince in her life.
Well, you see, that depends.
Huh. Is that right, Lips? Admit it. You and I are playing the same position. We're just playing on different teams.
I am confused. Which of you is the knight in shining armor exactly?
I am, and Brooder's the one I'm pulling off the sawmill conveyor belt. No reason to look stupider than you already are, eh, Brooder? So smart up and listen. Breathless and me had nothing to do with Big Boy getting pinked, and that's flat.
That's right, Broody. Use your noodle. I was in the middle of the dining room, in the middle of my lines, when Big Boy took it in the gut. So it couldn't have been me. And it couldn't have been Lips, either.
Oh, really? Why is that, Breathy?
It's breathy now. Love the nicknames.
Because it was Lips' job to spot Big Boy when he came in for his big death spiral. He didn't want any of the paying customers getting crushed, as it were. I don't know about the rest of the cast, but no way was it Lips or me.
Got it, wife's head.
Am I nuts, or is there a bit of a flutter going on here?
Oh, you're nuts. But before I spit into your hat, a word to the wise. Keep that noggin of yours open. They are all capable. I know. See you, Broody.
Oh. Why is it that whenever Breathless leaves, I feel like a sailor who's narrowly escaped being dashed on the rocks? Well, not having the time or the inclination for introspection, I shook off that feeling and called in that babe, Tess Offing. Let's see what she's trying to hide.
Yeah, I'm here, Itchy. What is it now, Brooder? You know, you're really starting to gum up my grinder.
Really, Dollface? Well, just tell me this. Why'd you do it? Love, lust, loathing, loot? Or was it just for the lulls?
Dollface? What century are you living in? What's next? Dame, Clucky, Broad? Time's up on your wolf whistling. Where's my counsel?
Before you lawyer up, Girly, just answer me this one little question. Have you ever chaperoned a middle school dance?
Middle school dance? It's more like a middle school mingle.
Aha! So you admit to being in a middle school.
So what, Sherlock? That's not a crime.
Oh, maybe not. But what I pulled out of Big Boy's belly was an Easton 1820 aluminum arrow. That is the only type of arrow used in middle school target archery programs. What do you have to say about that, huh?
I'd say I got no reason to cap Big Boy. Now I'm done yapping. Where's my lawyer?
You don't have to talk. But can you try this glove on? That's a good one, Itchy. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Booger off, you two big gumshoe. You're not fitting me up for this.
Well, having failed to eliminate Tess from my inquiries, I brought in Mumbles.
It's just you, Itchy. Oh, hi, Mr. Brooder. My name is Mumbles Cash. I'm ready to answer any of your inquiries.
Is that so, Mumbles? Well, It's time to come clean. Big Boy had you backed into a corner, and the only way out was over his very large dead body.
Well, I've got no beef with Big Boy. You know, he gave me my first real gig as an actor. Wow.
And what about this, Mr. Numbers? You said it, Itchy. Looks like the Empire Prairie's books have been so cooked they simply melted away.
That's not mine. That's Guy's. I just keep the general ledger. Looks like a bootstrapper's window dressing gone missing. Not my pony, not my rodeo. Okay, we'll get you later, brother.
Okay, hold up. What about this? What can you tell me about this, huh?
Would you mind bringing it a little closer? My eyesight isn't optimal in this setting.
Oh, sure, no problem.
All right, let me just.
Oh, what the hell? Don't be a bunny. You just ate it. That's concealing evidence, you knob.
Well, it's definitely going to stay concealed for a couple days, depending on my roughage intake. Then I'll be in the clear. Oh.
Well, that was another trip for biscuits. So after Mumbles took the bunk, that left me with Mr. Nice Guy.
Oh, hey, Itchy, thanks. Mr. Brooder, Itchy said you wanted to see me, but I have to tell you, I'm still a little bit unnerved at the sight of Mr. Besterman laying there on the floor. He's all bug-eyed and that arrow sticking out of him, pointing straight to heaven. May he rest in peace.
Okay, Guy, sure. I know we're all very sorry for your loss, but I know you're the one mug that rates here. You got your nice little enterprise going here. Everything's just swell in Guy Town, especially with your lovebird, Tess. You're a father-to-be, I'm told.
Well, actually, I am still a bit confused about that.
Yeah, I know that's right, Itchy. At least things were swell until that little problem of misattributed paternity raised its ugly head. That's enough motive to sink the Titanic.
Oh, that's a low blow, detective. You know what you don't get is that I love Tess, and I love that baby no matter where the Y chromosome comes from. You world-weary types, you're clueless. Oh, let me show you.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Million times I saw the sunshine, but never did it shine as brightly until you.
Okay, that's fine.
Million times I saw the stars shine, but never did they shine as brilliant until you.
This isn't a musical.
Big Finish. A million times I heard the birds sing, but never did I understand what they were singing until.
Okay, enough. Both of you. Jeez, you're gonna make me spew my supper. Listen to me, you lovesick palooka. You might be dizzy with a dame, but the fact remains that Big Boy was pitching woo with your bird. That must have pinched your romantic little heart.
No, you're barking up the wrong tree, Brooder. I haven't a murderous bone in my body. Plus, I wouldn't know the difference between a bodkin point and a flat shafter. Oh, yeah, excuse me. I have a hot dish that I need to take care of in the oven. Can you excuse me?
Itchy? Back to the bar. I need to think and drink. Well, in the end, I felt like I was the one getting the shaft. It seemed like everyone wanted a piece of Big Boy, but no one was crying a river over his untimely departure. It was late in the card game, and I didn't see how I could take all the tricks on this one. And then there was Breathless. I really needed to put a button on that doll before she got her hooks in any further. Only one thing to do. Time to give up tooting the wrong ringer and pour myself a stiff one. Thanks, Itchy. Make it a triple, would you? Thanks, Itchy. Why don't you pour yourself one, too? Who's this? Oh, Brooder here, make it snappy. I ain't got time to squawk to every mudhead who has a dime to drop in a blower.
Hey, Grim, Weasel here. Whew, word on the street is that Big Boy went and got himself knocked off. Oh, I told you there'd be trouble plenty. I was wondering if you had any thoughts as to who was the rooster who done it.
Oh, it's you, Weasel. Well, who said it was a lug? Plenty of wrens wanted a piece of Big Boy and knew how to get it. And while we're at it, who'd you have to pump to get the lowdown so quick? Even for you, that is streamlining.
Oh, never you mind, Grim. Question is, what are you gonna do about it?
Well, if you have to know, at the moment, me and Itchy are drinking giggle juice and wishing we were in a different line of work. We're no closer to solving this case than Venus is to Mars. It's like trying to roast snow in a furnace.
Oh, just be careful how much you nibble there, Grim. Oof, last time you marinated in self-pity, you got yourself stinko and had to get sent to the lockup for a 2-day liquor cure.
No, listen, that's perfect. Lee Weasel, don't you start riding me. The last thing I need is you playing at being a shrink. Save it for someone who cares, wise guy.
Oh, don't get sore, Grim. If I never said I cared, I did. I do. Just a word of free advice, okay? You better make like a Zephyr and get this whole case closed up pretty quick. Because when the cops show up, they are going to be eyeballing you. They've been looking to hang something on you for years. I'm just saying.
You know, Weasel, you're starting to make me as nervous as a whore in church. What's all this sudden interest in my welfare? If I didn't know any better, I'd say you're sounding like a stool pigeon, greasing both sides of the tracks.
Oh, now that is stone cold, Grim. After all our history, can't a guy just try to help a friend out of a jam? I mean, no one's on the make all of the time, you know?
No, Weasel, I'm sorry. I know that. It's just that I can't afford to get mud on my neck on this one. It's bad for business. So, since you're handing out pearls of wisdom, maybe you can tell me where the rope is here. I'm as lost as a candle lit at noon.
Yeah, you want to work your old dipsy doodle, don't you, Grim? Hey, you're going to sit yourself nuts trying to be a one-man show. Nobody can scratch every itch. Comprende?
Now, nuts to that. Come on, Weasel, give it to me straight.
Oh, okay. You want to solve this case, you ask Itchy. Itchy knows plenty.
Itchy? Hello? Hello? Itchy? What's Weasel chiseling on about? What's this? A book? When did you ever crack a book? Oh, I should crack a book. Oh, now you're talking. Okay, let's see what's inside of here. It's common injuries in archery. I wonder what this is about. Number 1, rotator cuff strain. I don't know what that means. Number 2, string slap. Ugh, I don't like the sound of that one. Number 3, breast bruising. Yikes. Number 4, hang on. Hello, what's your story, Morning Glory? And right then, the nickel dropped and the clouds of ignorance parted, and I knew who the torpedo was. Come on, Itchy. Time to put a cap on this case. Let's get everybody back here into the bar. Pronto.
Yeah.
This ought to be well worth the price of admission and perhaps some refreshments as well. I just love a good whodunit, don't you?
Yeah.
Lips, honey.
Finally.
Oh, yeah, here I go again, talking without using my voice. I do have a soft spot for watching people squirm. Better than a backseat fumble.
Oh, shh. You're ruining the ambiance.
All right, Grim. You know, I don't know what's going on with all of this, but I don't have time for your spaghetti. You remember there was a time when I had my leg over the chief, So when
Big surprise.
you up here, there'll be jam on your face.
Tess, what is that about the legs and the chief? How did that?
You know, I don't cotton to being treated like a murderer. Brooder, if you've got evidence, then cough it up. Now, I don't mean to force your hand, but this is getting ridiculous.
I gotta hand it to you, Mumbles. You really nailed it.
What?
That's right, Mumbles. It's all about hands. Or should I say, one particular hand.
A grabber?
What's wrong with my hands? My manicure's impeccable.
It is.
All the same, let's have a gander at all of your mitts. Time to put them under the bright light.
Oh, Lips, that reminds me. Have you taken a gander at your cuticles lately? They need some work.
Oh, geez, lay off, Breathless. My nipples can't look like yours on account of my employment, huh?
Quiet in the peanut gallery, would you? Okay, Tess, let's see those spurs of yours.
Thing of beauty, ain't they?
Oh, my, those are a real Lulu. I can tell you and your nail tech are a regular thing. Is that a linen wrap with a Juliet fill?
Ugh, turn blue, Brooder. You're giving me the Wiggins.
Okay. So what about you, Mumbles? Let's have a look at those paws of yours.
God, is this really necessary?
Oh, well, I gotta say, those look kind of downy for someone where paper cuts are an occupational hazard.
Soft hands.
You ever heard of rubber fingertips? What kind of sap do you take me for?
An accountant with sticky fingers? Well, that kind of makes you wonder, huh?
Yeah, it kind of does.
Go kiss a duck, Brooder. You're beginning to get on my nerves.
Take a breath, kid. The truth is, you're in the clear. Isn't that right, Guy? Come on, let's see those meat hooks of yours.
Tess, help. Mr. Brooder is trying to fit me up.
Oh, I can vouch. He has great hands.
Never you mind, Tess. Guy, the only thing up here is the jig. You're stalled on the tracks. Time to show everyone those duplicitous digits of yours.
Well, I really don't see the point in this, but if you insist, I suppose it.
Oh my, there it is, the telltale sign. Guy, would you like to tell everyone why that bandage is on your finger? What's that unlucky scratch about?
It's a bowfinger laceration.
Aha! And perhaps you can tell everyone why you rubbed Big Boy out.
Oh, you know why, Detective. He had to go. I did it for Tess. I did it for the baby. I did it for us. He was just going to be like King Kong stink, just hanging over the whole relationship. He had to go.
Oh, geez, keep your mouth shut, Guy.
So where'd you get the M.O.?
Oh, the bow and arrow stuff. Oh, Tess pilfered it from the middle school, but she didn't know. She had nothing to do with this.
Oh, geez, Guy, wish I just put a rag in it.
Enough said, Guy. And I am betting that Mumbles had his fingers in the pot as well. I guess we'll just have to let the DA make a decision whether he wants to hang a pinch on that or not, shall we?
Okay.
Sorry.
Just go and hide. I'll talk
You'll
to the
wait for me, won't you? And sure.
So much drama. There is not enough popcorn in the world for this.
Are you willing to share some of that popcorn?
They have conjugal visits on Thursdays.
Ah, the coppers have arrived to drop an arm and put you in the slammer where you belong. Time to make out like dog here. Itchy, let's go. Our job here is done. So, there you have it, ladies and gents. Another descent into human depravity that took an unexpected left turn toward justice. As it turns out, Tess's love for Guy was a bit less than unconditional. She had no problem turning state's evidence and greasing her send-off to an extended stay up at the Sneezer up into a pond. The last I heard, Tess was living in her parents' basement, licking her wounds and trying to figure out her next move. And Mumbles? Well, it didn't take long for a forensic accountant to figure out what was skunky with the Roadhouse's books. And Mumbles is now doing a 5-spot over in Kettle Moraine. You know, After what happened, I figured the Roadhouse would go dipsy-doodle for sure, which would have been a real shame, but Lips stepped up. No one is asking where the capital came from, but with her noodle and her management style, 5 will get you 20 that she makes a go of it. Oh, and the word is that the steaks are as good as they ever was, and that is what's truly important. Oh yeah, and breathless? Yeah, right. It turns out that flame still has a bit of heat to it. Yeah, sure, she can be all mean medicine, but if you get gummed up, she's the one you'll want to see. In fact, she straight out told me that I've got a problem with a malocclusion. I don't know what that means, but I like the sound of it. And the best part, she says that to solve it, she and I are going to be spending many an afternoon together, cheek to cheek. I am puckering with anticipation.
You're such a cream puff, Brooder. Wait until I weld a few buckle tubes on you. Then you'll see how intoxicating mixing pain and pleasure can be.
Ah, that's what I like about you, Breathless. You're a percentage worker, always taking the smooth angle and never caught in the rain.
And that's what I like about my broody. You're a hard-boiled detective without a disingenuous tooth in your head and a heart of gold. I was hoping you'd prove me right, and you did.
Wait, what?
Well, when push came to shove, you weren't gonna never be no chump.
Got it.
Oh, yeah. Enough small talk. You better make with the feet before I catch a case of the weeps.
I'll be seeing you around, Grim.
Outside, the snow had stopped and dawn was trying to break. A new day in Prairie City. The rising sun was brutal, bouncing off the drifts and cutting into my face like one of Breathless's dental picks. But the air had that crisp feel to it, and last night's snowstorm had the streets looking as pure as a pearl, at least for now. That and a case solved. You can't ask for much more out of life, can you? Yeah, I felt like I was at the county fair and won the wristwatch. Well, it's time for you and me to make our retreat and catch some well-deserved shut-eye. Come on, before the phone rings again and another dame sends us down a rabbit hole. Like they say, it's a dog-eat-dog world. The question is, which dog are you? I know which one I want to be.
Thank you for watching Some Prairie Civic Theater's production of The Case of the Straight Arrow, featuring
John Stanier,
Jesse Fanshaw,
Jim Ross. Sing along, guys.
Jamie Racine.
Liam Walsh.
Patrick Sinead.
Blythe Edwards. Oh boy.
Jesse Harrison.
Meredith Altman.
We hope you consider donating to the Some Prairie Civic Theater at our website, someprairiecivictheater.com/donate. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.